Hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you all? Okay, so I'm just waiting for all of you to join the class. Okay. Hello, hello. Hello Prince, how are you? Okay, so yeah guys, waiting for all of you to join through Zoom and YouTube, then we will start the class, okay? I know you guys are in home, so today definitely there will be very less attendance as compared to other days. But I hope I am teaching in such a way so that whenever you will see this video the later time, you can easily understand the questions and all the solutions. Okay, so in the last class we have seen limit. Okay, so all okay. Yeah. So in the previous class, what we have seen the basic definition of limits, and then we have also seen what is the indeterminate form, and we have seen standard limit formula, and also there are lots of methods to solve the limit, and limit involving 1 to the power infinity form till limit involving 1 to the power infinity form we have seen. Okay, and you know that this is a crash course class, so limit is a big chapter, but we have to complete this chapter in 2 class. So I will not be talking about in very detail, but at least I will give you ideas so that you can solve the question. Okay, the question with the class will be more of like a problem solving class. Okay, so but before that we will see two most important theorem. But sandwich is less important, but still it is important. Okay, but L-hospital rule. Okay, very easy method, and we will see lots of questions, basic questions to use L-hospital rule and also sandwich theorem. Okay, and then we will see some of the JE problems. And so today's class will be like the basic problems I am gonna solve based on these properties. And tomorrow class will be completely the recent year, whatever asked in the previous year, now 2021-22. So those problems I will be solving, and also I will be choosing some good questions from some of the good books. Okay, and material se jahan se bhi hoga I will be solving. Okay, so I would expect ki you all will be present here. Okay, so already it is 4:05, so 5 minutes late. So few are joining through YouTube also and Zoom also. So let's start the class, guys. Okay, yeah. Okay, so first of all, I'm just showing you the slides which we have discussed in the previous class about the what are the basic theorems on limits. Okay, when we have two limits, if we have to find the sum of those two limits, then we can separately find out, and then you can do the plus minus also. If it is a product, then also you can do the, basically this is an algebra that you already know, right? So suppose there is a constant k into f of x, so you can just take it out k from the limit. You can simply solve the limit of f of x like that. You can see that these are the property that we have discussed. So no need to discuss it further. Okay, so now evaluation of limit, we have seen how to find the limit. Okay, so the function is in not indeterminate form. It is very easy. If you are putting the limiting value like x plus 3, if you are putting x tending to 3, you are getting 3 plus 3 is equals to 6. But most important thing when we are using limit, when some indeterminate form is coming, like x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2 is given. If I am putting x tending to 2, so you are getting 2 square minus 4 divided by 2 minus 2. So 4 minus 4 divided by 2 minus 2. So it is 0 by 0 form. Okay, but still we have to find the limiting value. So what we have to do? We have some methods. Okay, so what are those? So before going to that, I am showing you these indeterminate form that you're gonna see in upcoming questions and theories. Like there are 7 already I have discussed: 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, 0 into infinity, 0 to the power 0, like that. You can see there are 7 indeterminate form. Okay, but most frequently you are going to use 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, and 1 to the power infinity, and also these are things also using, but very less. Okay, so whenever these kind of indeterminate form will come, then you can use different methods to solve those kind of limits. So first one is method of factorization. Suppose there is f of x divided by g of x, and if we are putting x tending to a, then f of a is also coming to 0 and g of a also coming to 0. Then what we have to do? Like just like if we see the example x tending to 2 that we have already discussed in the previous class. X square minus 3x plus 2. Okay, hello Vaishnavi. How are you? Okay, so x square minus 3x plus 2 divided by x square plus x minus 6. Right. So till now, Vaishnavi, what we have done, we have simply seen what we have seen in the previous class. So I am just revising it, and after 5 minutes, I will be go with the next topic, that is theorem and L-2. Okay. So after putting 2, we are getting 0 by 0, but still we want to means what we are going to use. We will try to factorize it. So after factorization, we can find the limiting value. Similarly, we have method of rationalization also. In the previous class I have discussed, if it is coming 0 by 0 form or infinity by infinity form, you can use rationalization method also. Right? Clear, right? So now we've seen so many formulas like x to the power minus a to the power and divided by x minus a. Also, we have seen if a polynomial division is given, if degree is same, then the limit value is the coefficient of highest power divided by coefficient of highest power of denominator. Like that, if less than 0, if denominator degree is greater, then it is 0. If numerator degree is greater, then it is either infinity or minus infinity. So these are the things that we have seen in the previous classes. Also, we have seen some of the formula based on the trigonometric limits. Okay, I hope you are aware of these formulas. Okay, and then these are the formula that we have seen. Also, we have seen log of 1 plus x divided by base a, and it is log e to the base a. Base is also e, it means it is nothing. Okay, so some will be written like this: limit extending to a ln 1 plus x divided by x. So it is also 1. Both are same thing only. Okay, so now also we have seen this formula: a to the power x minus 1 divided by x is equals to ln a. This is log a to the base e. Sometimes it will be written as ln a. Similarly, e to the power x minus 1 x divided, that is 1 only. So these are the formula that you can remember, guys. Okay. And also we have seen one property, that is 1 to the power infinity form. So that we have already seen 1 to the power infinity form. Means if function is f of x and to the power g of x. So if f of x tending to 1 and g of x tending to infinity, then 1 to the power infinity jo hoga, that it is coming in that form. So what we will do, the answer will be e to the power f of x minus 1, and then whatever is in the power we have to write in the product form and limit extending like this. This will be your answer. That you already know, we have seen in the previous class also. Okay, so now what we have to do, now we will start with the main topic, that is our sandwich theorem. Okay, so what is in the sandwich theorem? You can see by the name also, it is sandwich. It means what sandwich means. We have two bread and in between there are some things. Okay, so similar way, sandwich theorem also involve three functions. Like you can see, there is a hx function, there is a gx function, and there is a f of x function. Okay, so they have just what they have done. You can see x is equals to a to x is equals to b. In between, if you will observe, you will find this is hx, this is gx, and this is f of x. So in between a to b, if you will find, so you will always find that hx is always greater than gx and gx is always greater than f of x. This condition. So first of all, this condition followed, except one point, that is a. Because if you will observe at a point, all are coinciding at one place. Okay, all are coinciding at one place. So what happened, right? When we are at exactly x equal to a pe, if we want to find the limit of all these functions, hx, gx, and f of x, so limiting value of f of x tending to a, limiting value of x tending to a, or limiting value of gx tending to a, all will be equal, and that will be L only. But it is only depend that a should be in between alpha to beta, and in alpha to beta, hx is always greater than gx and gx is always greater than f of x. First, this property will be applied, then only I can say limiting value of all three values are equal. So now you may ask that why we are using this, why this much complicated. So because actually what happens, right, that whenever they will give you some questions, so you can't use standard formula, right? You are not. So, and in that case, what we need to do, first we need to, actually they will give you like that, you have to find limit x tending to a g of x, and they don't know what to do with this gx. So what you will do, you have to create one hx and f of x based on the properties of gx, right? And then what you will do, you will apply this method and you will find the limit of hx and limit of f of x, and whatever the value of the limit of both the function, that will be the gx limit. So indirectly we are not finding gx ka limit, but what we are doing, we are applying sandwich, and after we know that if sandwich is formed, then whatever the limiting value of f of x is there, that will be the limiting value of hx. And जो दोनों का होगा, that will be also equal to limit of gx. Okay, so what we are going to do, whatever in the question they will give gx, we have to create fx and hx. So it will be clear once we will see one example, guys. Okay, this question you can see. Whenever this kind of will give, just consider whatever is given in like g of x. Now what we can do, we have to create hx and fx. So first thing, we have to create inequality, right? Inequality. That is the property of greatest integer function of x. It is always less than x and it is always greater than x minus 1. This is the property, right? Now middle function should be gx, this function should be hx, and this function should be f of x. What we do now? So you know that it is greatest integer function of x divided by x. So what I will do? So first we have created this greatest integer function of x is greater than like this x minus 1, and this is x. So what I will do, I will simply divide it by x, divided by x, and divided by x. So now what it will become? It will become 1 minus 1 by x, right? And this will become greatest integer function of x divided by x, and this will become what? 1. Now if you will compare with your sandwich, you can say that this is your, right? This is your gx function This is your hx function and this is your what? F of x function. So I know that it is tough to find, but what we have done, created a sandwich between gx or hx. Okay. So use sandwich theorem here. Sandwich theorem. So we know that if sandwich is formed, then limit of extending to infinity, limit of x will be equals to limit of extending to infinity g of x and equals to limit extending to infinity hx. So now it is what? 1 minus 1 by x now. So 1 minus 1 by infinity, it is 0. So it is 1 only. So this is what? 1. And this is already 1. So it is 1 only. So hx ka bhi 1. Fx ka bhi 1. So indirectly what you can say that limit extending to infinity of gx, that is delta x, sorry, greatest integer function of x, it will be also equals to 1 only. Okay. So indirectly what we are doing, we are finding the sandwich. Okay. समझ में आ गया ना? Okay. So in the second question, I will see the same thing. We have to create sandwich. Okay. So first of all, what you have to do? You have to just take it as gx. So this is your gx. Okay. So now what you will do? Gx. So you have to create hx and fx. So I know that greatest integer of function x is what? X minus 1 and x. Sorry. Again, I am doing that. Yeah. X and this is x minus 1. Right. Similarly, on the same property, can I write like this? Because I have to create that. Similarly, till 3x से लेकर हम लोग nx तक जाएंगे. So I can write like this: x minus. Now we have to create gx. So for gx, I have to add everything. Okay, the network issue for few times, so just wait. Okay, yeah. So now you can see. So what I will do, I can add everything. Now I can add everything. So it will be like this. And here it will be x plus 2x till nx. And here it will be x plus 2x till nx. And 1 it in every side. So minus 1, it will be n times. So here, okay. So now you can see again it is divided by n square, right? Divided by n square. So what I have to do? I have to divide by n square, divide by n square, and divide by n square. So now you can see the middle portion is what? Gx This middle portion is what? G of x. And then this portion is what? Hx. And this portion is what? So what you have to do? What you have to do? You just have to find limit of any one. Either hx or fx, both will be same. I am finding it for limit hx. That will be whatever the value of this limit of h of x, that will be the limit of g of x also. So what is hx? It is x plus 2x till nx. Okay. So what is hx? It is like this. Limit n tending to infinity, that is hx. What is your hx? It is x plus 2x till nx divided by n square. So what I am doing, I am taking x as common. It will be 1 plus 2 divided by n square. Limit x tending to x, n tending to infinity. So it is x n into n plus 1 by 2 n square. Because you know that sum of first n natural number is n into n plus 1 by 2. So it is what? X by 2. And again you can see this is n square. So n square by n square plus n by n square. So it is x by 2. This is 1 plus 1 by n. Limit n tending to infinity. So after putting infinity, so this is x by 2, 1 plus 0. So it is x by. So what is the limit hx tending to 0? Sorry, n tending to infinity, hx is equals to x by 2. So if it is x by 2, then definitely gx limit will be also equals to x by 2 only, because both are same by the theorem of sandwich. Gx is also x by 2. So basically what you have to do, guys, you have to just create, you will be given gx function, you have to create f of x and hx by the use of the properties of the function. You have to create one inequality between hx and f of x, and there will be a sandwich formation. And then whatever you are forming hx and f of x, it will be very easy for the limit to find. Okay, you can find limit for that f of x or h of x is very easily, and after getting the limit value of hx and f of x, that is definitely equals to limit of g of x. So by the indirect way we can find the limit of g of x. Okay guys, so that's it. That problem we have seen the sandwich. The last one is hospital rule. It is very important property, important theorem. What is theorem? That suppose you have given two function and limit of that two function is 0, x tending to a. Okay, so when we can use this formula? This formula is called as L-Hospital rule. L-Hospital rule. Very easy formula, very easy to use. Okay, so most of the question will be solved by this L-Hospital rule only. So suppose after putting x tending to a, you are getting f of x is equals to 0 and g of x is also tending to 0. And two more things is that both functions are continuous at x is equals to a, both are differentiable at x is equals to a. So till now I haven't taught you continuity and differentiability. It will come after limit. For now, just remember that statement that the both sub functions should be continuous as well as differentiable. So if both things happen, so what happens, right? That suppose like this one is there, they have given limit x tending to a f of x divided by g of x. So after putting a, we are getting f of a divided by g of a. And if f of a is 0 and g of a is also 0, so it is coming as 0 by 0 form. So if we are getting 0 by 0 form, then only we can use L-Hospital. Then only we can use L-Hospital rule, otherwise we can't use. Okay, so for the first thing, you have to put the limit. 0 by 0, you can use L-hospital rule. So what if you are getting 0 by 0, so then what you have to do in L-hospital rule? You have to just differentiate numerator or differentiate the denominator. So you will get f dash x divided by 0, right? Okay. So now what you have to do? You have to just put f dash a and g dash. Right. After putting this, if you are getting any finite value, so that will be your limiting value. Okay. So that will be your limiting value. So first, after putting, you are getting 0 by 0. Then you have to differentiate the numerator and the denominator. And after putting a, then if you are getting any finite value, that is your limit value. Again, after differentiating, again after putting, you are getting 0 by 0. Then you have to do the differentiation one more time. And you have to do it till the time you are getting some finite value. Jahan pe bhi finite value aaya, you have to leave that. Okay, so this way we can use the L-hospital rule, and it is also applicable if we are getting infinity by infinity form. So infinity by infinity form and 0 by 0 form, we can use L-hospital, right? So now we will start solving questions, because once you will solve the problem, definitely you can understand the concept, because concept only cleared by the problem solved. Okay, guys. So let's start the first question. Okay. Limit extending to 0 sine ln 1 plus x. So this is your f of x function, and this is your g of x function. So first, what you have to do, you have to just put x tending to 0. So after putting x tending to 0, let's see what we are getting. Sine ln plus 0 divided by ln 1 plus sine 0. Okay, so sine of ln 1 divided by ln of 1. You know that ln 1 is 0 and sine 0 is 0, and ln 1 is also 0. So we are getting 0 by 0 form. It means now we can use L-hospital rule, LH rule. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, then what we have to do in the next step, we have to differentiate the numerator and differentiate the denominator. Okay, so what I will do, sine ln 1 plus x, what will be the differentiation? It will be cos ln 1 plus x, and then again by the use of chain rule, what we can do, ln 1 plus x, it will be 1 divided by 1 plus x. Similarly, ln 1 plus sin x, it will be 1 divided by 1 plus sin x, and again by the use of chain rule, 1 is 0 and sin x, it is cos x. So we have done the differentiation, guys. Okay, so now what we can do, again we have to put limiting value, and if we are getting finite value, then that will be your limiting value. So we are putting that x tending to 0. After putting x tending to 0, so what we will get, let's see, cos ln 1 plus 0, 1 divided by 1 plus 0 divided 1 divided by 1 plus sin 0 into 0 plus cos 0. After solving this, you are getting cos 0. Cos 0 is 1 into 1 divided by 1 into 1. So you are getting 1 as the answer. So this D is your correct answer. Okay, 1 is the correct answer. I hope you have understood the question, simple concept. Okay, so now we will move to the next question. The second question. Okay. Yeah. Limit x tending to a. This is cos x minus cos a divided by cot x minus cot a. After putting a, what you are getting? Cos a minus cos a divided by cot A minus cot A. So what we are getting? 0 by 0 form. You can use L-Hospital rule. You know that x is the function, but a is the constant. This is totally constant. This is totally constant. So what we will do? I will apply the L-Hospital rule. Cos x का क्या होता है? Minus sin x, cos a 0, cot x minus cos x square x, and cot a it is 0. So minus minus will be cancelled out, and what we are going to get? We are going to get sin x divided by cosec square x. This cosec square x will go upper side, so it will become sin square x. So sin x into sin square x, it will be what? Sin qx. And now what we have to do? We have to just put the limit of a. After putting the limit, what we will get? Sin q. So this is your correct answer, sin qa. So simple thing. If it is 0 by 0 form, we are differentiating numerator and denominator one time, and we are putting the limit, and every time we are getting a finite value, so that will be your answer. And suppose again in some of the cases you will get, after doing one time, again you will get 0 by 0 form, so you have to do it by one more time. Okay, chalo, let's move to the next question, guys. This is also very easy, right? Like log 3 plus x extending to 0, it means log 3 minus log 3 divided by 0. So 0 by 0 form. So what do we have to do? Again differentiation, 1 divided by 3 plus x minus 1 divided by 3 minus x. X का coefficient is -1, so -1 divided by what? X का क्या हो गया? 1. Limit extending to 0. So it is 1 by 3 plus x minus 1 by 3 minus x divided by 1. After putting limit extending to 0, what we are getting? It is 1 by 3. It is also 1 by 3. So it is 2 by 3. And it is given as k. So what is the value of k? It is 2 by 3. So as simple as that. Okay. Very easy. Okay. So I hope it's clearly understood how to use the L-Hospital rule. Okay, I am just showing you how you can use the L-Hospital rule. Okay, now we will move to the next question. This is the question, guys. Okay, so sometimes it is not wise to use L-Hospital rule. You can use, if you don't have any option and you are not seeing any pattern, then you can definitely, you have to use the L-Hospital rule if 0 by 0 form is coming. But here also, if you will see, after extending to 0, you are getting 1 minus 1, 0 by 0 only. But we will not use L-Hospital rule here, because in this side you can see there are product. So product means what? After using that product rule, you will get a lengthy calculation for that. So what we are doing, we will trying to create the standard form. So in the previous class, I have explained that whenever you see this kind of equation, 1 minus cos 2x, you can write like this, 2 sin square x. Very famous formula for trigonometry. You can say this formula is, you can say Virat Kohli, like that. Okay, Virat Kohli of trigonometry, right? So same way, 1 minus cos 2x, we can write 2 sin square x. And this is what? 3 plus cos x. And divided by x tan 4x. And you also know that we have to create one thing. That this is 4x now. I can write like this, 4x into 4x. Why we are writing? Because I can make it 1. That scene we have already seen in the previous class. Okay. Now, there is this sin square x, and this is x, and this is x. So this 2 cancel out, we can do. This is 1 by 2, and then you can this sin x, and here it is x square. I can write sin x by x ka whole square, and this is 3 plus cos 4x. Why write 3 plus cos x, right? 3 plus cos x. Why I'm writing this? Because now again I can write sin x by x ko 1. So now it is what? 1 by 2. This is 3 plus cos x. And now limit extending to what? 0. So it is 1 by 2. 3 plus cos 0 is what? 1. So it is 1 by 2 into 4. So 2 cancel out, it is 2 on. Okay, is it clear everyone? Okay, so you can use these kind of problem already we have seen in the previous class also, but I thought of, because all the theories are covered, so I thought of starting with the everything. Not only we are limiting ourselves to the L-hospital rule. So now whatever the question we will solve, it may come through any of the concept. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the next question, guys. Question. Again, one question based on the L-hospital rule. Okay, so now what we can see, they call limit extending to a g of x f of a minus g of a f of x divided by x minus a. After putting a, what we are going to get? G of a into f of a minus g of a into f of a divided by a minus a. So we are getting 0 by 0 form. So what we need to do? We can use this property that f of a is a constant, so it will be like this only, and I can write g dash x minus g of a is constant and f dash x I can write, and x का क्या हो जाएगा 1 और a is constant, so it is 0, and limit x tending to a. After putting, what we are going to get? F of a g dash a minus g of a f dash a, and this is 1, so doesn't matter. Now already all values are given to you. What is f of a? If you will observe, it is 3. What is g dash a? It is already 4. Minus what is g of a? It is minus 1, and what is f dash a? It is given that is minus 2. So it is 12 minus 2, so that is equals to 10. So this is your answer. Simple L-hospital rule you have used, and you can find the value. Okay, so just try to find the format and just use it. These are the very simple questions, but also this question has been already asked in the JEE. ऐसा नहीं है कि these are the very easy, to the very basic. No, already asked in the previous year. Okay. Okay, this question you can also solve. Again, it is root under 1 minus cos 2x minus 2 and divided by x minus 2, limit extending to 2. So what I can write? I can write like this: 2 sine a square x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. So it is root 2 sine x minus 2 divided by x minus 2, limit x tending to 2. So I can write like this: x minus 2 tending to 0. Right. So if x minus 2 tending to 0, and this is x minus 2 and this is x minus 2, collectively I can write like this is equals to 1. So what is the answer? Root 2 into 1. So it is root only. So no need to use L-hospital rule. We can directly find. Okay. Or if you want to use the L-hospital rule, you can do it also. But here we can simply use the trigonometric formula. We got the standard format, so no need to use L-hospital rule. Okay, so yeah, so we will move to the next question. This question also seems very easy. Okay, limit x tending to pi by 6, 3 sin x minus root 3 cos x divided by 6x minus pi. Okay, so after putting pi by 6, what we are going to get? 3 sin pi by 6 minus root 3 cos pi by 6, and then it is 6 into pi by 6 minus pi. After solving this, you will get 0 by 0 form. So what we can do? Again, we have to use the L-hospital rule, because the function is easy now. So we can use that L-hospital rule. So what we are going to get? This is 3 cos x minus plus root 3 cos x ka minus sin x, so minus plus root 3 sin x, and divided by 6x ka 6, pi is constant, so it is 0. Again, now you have to put x tending to pi by 6. After putting pi by 6, what you are going to get? 3 cos pi by 6 plus root 3 sine pi by 6 divided by 6. So after this, this is 3 root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 divided by 6. So you are going to get 4 root 3 by 2 into 6. So it is 3. Cancel out. After cancelling, you will get 1 by root 3. Okay, this is the calculation that I have done so fast. Okay, I hope you have understood that. 1 by root 3. Okay, so simple as hospital rule, then we are using it. Okay, so I hope it is understood. Okay, so the next question we will see little different from what we have seen till now. Limit x tending to 0, a to the power 3x minus a to the power 2x minus a to the power x plus 1 divided by x sine x. Okay, if we want, we can use L-Hospital rule also, no problem. After putting 0, we are getting 1 minus 1 minus 1 plus 1. So we are getting 0 by 0 form. No problem, you can use it. But that thing to you can do now. I am giving you another method. Okay, another method we can use. What is the method, guys? If you will observe this, if I will take a to the power 2x common, we will get a to the power x minus 1. And if we will take minus 1 common, we will get a to the power x minus 1 divided by x sine x. We are trying to convert into the standard form. Okay, so now we can see a to the power 2x minus 1, and this is a to the power x minus 1, and this is x sine x. Okay, now again what we can do, I can write a to the power x plus 1, a minus b and a plus b, like a to the power x minus 1 and then a to the power x minus 1 divided by x sine x. Like this we can write. Okay, and we have limit x tending to 0. Hello Vinduja. A to the power x plus 1 and then a to the power x minus 1 ka whole square divided by x sine x. Okay, so this is the format that you have got. Now how we can use that format? Let's see. Okay, we have to just we can use it. Okay, here. Okay, we are getting limit x tending to x tending to 0, a to the power x plus 1, a to the power x minus 1 ka whole square divided by x sine x. So what I will do, I have to convert into the standard form. So what I will do, I will simply write x and x. So now what will become? It will become 1 only because x tending to 0. Now if you will see a to the power x plus 1, and if we see this side, this is a to the power x minus 1 ka whole square, and this x is what? X square. Limit x tending to 0. Now, if you will observe this, this is a to the power x plus 1, and this I can write a to the power x minus 1 divided x by ka whole square. Okay, so after that, what we know that everything is sorted. We have converted everything in standard form, and we know that if limit x tending to 0, a to the power x minus 1 divided by x. So we have seen the formula already. It is ln. You have to remember that. Okay, so now after putting x tending to 0, this will be a to the power 0 plus 1, and this will be what? Ln a ka whole square. So this is a to the power 0, 1 plus 1, and this is what? Ln square a. So this is 2 ln square a. Is it clear, everyone? 2 ln square a. Okay, otherwise you can also use the L-Hospital rule also, and 0 by 0 form, differentiate numerator, differentiate denominator, again put 0. Then if you are getting, so you will get that for sure, but it is better if you can use this standard format also. Okay, so this is your B is your correct answer. Okay, yeah, moving into the next question, guys. This is h tending to 0, right? After putting h0, you will get 0, 2 plus 0. So this is f2 minus f2. So this is coming as 0. Again, if you are putting h is equals to 0, so f1 minus f1, again it is coming 0. So it is 0 by 0 form. So again it is 0 by 0 form. So what you can do, you can use L-Hospital rule, right? L-Hospital. So what is the L-Hospital rule? L-Hospital rule says that you differentiate numerator, differentiate denominator. So if I will differentiate the numerator, what I will get? F dash 2h plus 2 plus h square, and then again by the use of chain rule, you know that chain rule in the differentiation, 2h will be 2, 2 will be 0, or h square will be 2h. Similarly, f of 2 is constant, so it is 0, differentiation 0, and then f dash again h minus h square plus 1, and then again we have to the chain rule, it will be h ka 1 minus h square ka 2h plus 0, and then f1 is 0. After that, you have differentiate the numerator and the denominator. What you have to do in the next, you have to just put the limit h tending to 0. So after putting h tending to 0, this will become 0, this will become 0, and you will get f dash 2 into, again h is 0, so you will get 2. In the denominator side, it will be f dash, this is 0, this is 0, you will get f dash 1, and after putting 0, you will get 1. And f dash 2 into 2 is given, f dash 1 is given already. F dash 2 is given as 6 into 2, and f dash 1 is given as 4. So it is 12 by 4. So after cutting this out, what you will get? You will get 3. So 3 is your correct answer. Okay, just use the property of L-Hospital rule and you will get the answer. So is it clear, guys? Is it clear, everyone? Binduja, all the YouTube people? I hope it is okay. Very good. Okay, so now we will see the next question. Okay, the last problem we will see, and then in tomorrow's class we will completely see, because there will be no test for the limit. So we will completely keep one JEE problem solving, the recent one that has been asked in 2022, 21, 20 and 19. Okay, and also we'll see some of the problems from the package also, modules, Avanti modules, and good books say like Cengage and Arihant, everything we will see. Okay, yeah. So this question, limit x tending to infinity, and this is what? X square plus x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 minus ax minus b, and that limiting value they have given is equal to 4. Then you have to find a and b. Okay, so in the previous class we have seen that whenever any function is given in the rational form, okay, and degree of the numerator is greater than degree of denominator, like that you can see the power is 2 and the denominator power is 1, then if x tending to infinity, the answer will be infinity. Okay, the answer will be infinity, but here they have given what? 4. It means there is some problem, right? We have to make it in such a way that it won't be infinity. Okay, but there is a clear statement that if x square plus x plus 1, if it degree is greater in numerator, then it will give infinity value. So the problem arises. So what we have to do, we have seen minus ax minus b. So first of all, we have to create this function in such a way, like this. You can see I am doing that. Okay, you will get it. Like I am like this, I can write x plus 1, and I can write x square plus x plus 1 and minus of x plus 1, and this minus is what? Ax plus b I can write. What I have done, I have simply converted everything in polynomial form. So after solving this, what you are going to get? X square, and this is minus of ax square. So it will take, you will simplify, I am directly writing 1 minus a. And this is x, so coefficient is 1. Here you will get minus of, here you will get plus x, 1 minus a minus b, and then minus b. After solving everything, you will get like this, and divided by x plus 1. Okay, so after solving this, what you have got? This one. Still there is a problem. What is the problem? That degrees are still 2 and it is 1. So degree of, if degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator, then problem that key limiting value will be infinity. So we don't want infinity answer. We want exact answer, that is 4. So what we have to do in this case, we have to make the coefficient of the highest power as 0, because there is no other option, right? So what will happen? Coefficient of highest power will become 0. And what is this coefficient of highest power? It is 1 minus a. So 1 minus a will become 0, because we want a finite value. So from here it will be what? A is equals to 1. So after a is equals to 1, if this will become 0, because this will become 0, so it will become 0. So now the equation will reduce till x into 1 minus a minus b divided by x plus 1. Limit x tending to infinity. Right, this one we have got. Now there is one more thing that you have studied in the previous class. Okay, that if power is same, x to the power 1 and x to the power 1, if power is same, so what is the limiting value? The limiting value is the coefficient of the highest power divided by coefficient of the highest power. So here what is the coefficient? 1 minus a minus b, and here what is the coefficient? It is 1 only. So if x tending to infinity and if power of both the numerator and denominator is same, so the limiting value is what? Coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x. So that what is the limiting value? Limiting value will be what? It will be 1 minus a minus b divided by 1, and that is equals to what? 4. So a value already you have got. So you can put 1 minus b is equals to 4. So b you will get as minus. So what is the value? A is equals to 1 and b is equals to minus 2. I hope you have got this concept, because based on this concept they may ask many questions in the chapter test also, in JE also. So be careful about this thing. Okay guys, so that's it for the today's class. Okay, because there are very less participation because most of the students are in their home. So I wish you happy Diwali to all of you, and happy Chhat Puja, which is basically celebrated in Bihar, and I come from Bihar. So I also celebrate Chhat Puja. So that's why I wish you happy Diwali and Chhat Puja as well. Okay, and we will see the problems tomorrow. This is the problem that you can see. You can take the screenshot of it. Okay, and you can solve this. You can start solving JEE level problems. Previous year questions you can solve if you understood this concept. Okay, so few problems I have taken. Okay, so we will see these type of problems in the next class, and the next class will be complete problem solving class. Okay, so that's it for the today's class. Thank you for your participation. We will meet in the next class. Okay, thank you, Binduja. Thank you, YouTube people. Okay, any problem you can ask, otherwise you can leave the class. Okay, thank you. Any doubt? Anyone? Thank you. Any doubt, you can drop your doubt in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Thank you.